What?
What up, it's yours truly, Mr. TALIAFERRO, back with another edition of that series that you love so much. It goes by the name of what? You know this series created by yours truly, Mr. TALIAFERRO. We break down some of the most compelling stories in America, the world, wherever. And they're so compelling, they're so entertaining a lot of times. There's nothing else we can say but just this one phrase, this one question. All we can do is ask the simple question of
what?
Today, we're going to talk about two of the biggest, most polarizing figures in the world today, especially within our community, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Whole jiggle, that guy, Mr. Carter, Beyonce, Queen B. They stand for Queen B, Beyonce. These two legendary figures, they happen to be married. You know, when Jay-Z and Beyonce, when they do things, no matter what, we tend to ride for them because they built up enough sweat equity with the people, whether it's through their performances, whether it's through the music that they've given us over the years, or whether it's, you know, later in their careers and lives, they've given us so much from a social standpoint. They've given back so much to different families who went through tragic losses. Jay-Z and Beyonce, rarely do we question the legacies or anything these two decide to do. But I'm not gonna lie to you today. As much as I love me some Jay and Beyonce, I gotta call it like I see it. I seen some BS happen last Sunday at the Super Bowl. If you don't remember, last Sunday we had the biggest event in sports in America as the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the San Francisco 49ers to win their first Super Bowl in over 50 years. Congratulations to Kansas City. As good a game it was. We saw Kansas City come back from down 10 right in the fourth quarter. As good a game we had. One of the most compelling storylines coming out of this game was not Patrick Mahomes, was not Travis Kelce, was not Jawan Williams and that beautiful runs that he did have in the fourth quarter of that game. Not that San Francisco 49ers offense letting them down, not Jimmy Garoppolo and company. One of the biggest storylines we had coming out of this Super Bowl was the national anthem. Yes, salute to Demi Lovato, the superstar singer, was the one picked to this daunting task of singing the national anthem, and she did an amazing job. But it wasn't about Demi and her singing that people were talking about. It was the fact that during her performance, two of our finest, Jay-Z and Beyonce, decided to sit down, and someone filmed Jay-Z and Beyonce not standing up during the performance of the national anthem. It is worth noting that it looks like other people in this suite were not standing as well. Again, Jay-Z and Beyonce opted not to stand for the Super Bowl national anthem. It is worth noting that I'm pretty sure the reason why Jay and Beyonce were in Miami for the festivities this time around was for the simple fact that Jay-Z now works with the NFL. He has a partnership with the NFL. He's helping them specifically for performances, musical-based stuff, helping with their image, just to be real with you. Specifically, he helped pick the halftime acts like a J-Lo, like a Shakira, and I'm sure he had a part in the performances for the national anthem, and we saw Yolanda Adams perform as well. I'm pretty sure he helped pick Demi Lovato and company to do this. So that's why they were there, and why they did not stand still remains a mystery. Now let me tell you who I am, Mr. TALIAFERRO. I really don't care what someone decides to do during the national anthem. When I go to sporting events, usually I'm covering the event, so I always got a camera in my hand. What I usually do is I stand up, but I don't pledge allegiance. Even if I didn't have a camera in my hand, or if I was just going to an event as a fan, I don't pledge allegiance to this country, but I do show respect to war veterans, anyone that's fought for this country. I got much love and respect for anyone who's done that, and I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm not going to ever sit down during the national anthem, but I'll stand. I ain't pledging no allegiance because I don't agree with everything that this country has aligned themselves with, but I'll stand up and show my respect to people who died for me to be able to be on camera talking to my people like I am right now. again, I don't care if Jay-Z stands for the national anthem. I don't care what Bob does. I do me, and I kind of let everybody else pick. Just like with religion, I let them pick their own journey with this country. That's just me personally. Now, I can see why people will be up in arms about Jay-Z, who technically works with the NFL, not standing for the national anthem with just all the uproar and backlash we've seen over the last couple years. Remember, Colin Kaepernick decided to kneel during the national anthem, and he essentially got blackballed out of the NFL for doing that. And Colin Kaepernick, at the beginning, his mind and heart was in the right place. I believe that he kneeled because he did not want to align himself with this country, because he felt like black people being killed at the hands of the police was just unfair, and he's right, unjust, and he wasn't going to stand and pledge to that because he didn't agree with that. So he kneeled. He wanted to still show respect to war veterans, but at the same time, he wanted to make sure he put his point out there and let everybody know, like, no, y'all on some BS right now. Police are killing black people, unarmed black people at that, just because they want to, right? So I want to put that out there. That was Colin Kaepernick's his initial stance. Obviously, with him not having employment, with Jay-Z now agreeing to work with the NFL, and Colin Kaepernick does this weird thing where he wants to work in the NFL. He says he's been ready, but he also doesn't like when people watch the NFL as well, because he'll retweet or repost anyone who says they're sitting out and they're not watching football this Sunday, but he also still wants to work with the NFL. Obviously, Jay-Z and Colin Kaepernick, they've had a back and forth over the last few months. Colin Kaepernick looks at Jay-Z as someone who's not on his side. Jay-Z looks at it like he is on Colin Kaepernick's side, but he's like, I think Jay-Z said something along the lines of, we're past kneeling now. So when Jay-Z and Beyonce decided not to stand for the national anthem, obviously it was going to create some tension, and some people are going to say, yo, they're doing this for a statement. It's something behind them not standing. What's this about? And I'm going to let Jay-Z, congratulations to Columbia University in New York City. They started this African American lecture series, and the first guest they had on hand to kick it off was Jay-Z. And Jay-Z this week was asked just why he and his beautiful wife Beyonce decided not to stand for the national anthem. Let's check out Hov.
So I think a lot of people took note of the fact that you and your wife were seated during the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Yeah. Was that meant to convey a statement?
It actually was. Sorry. It really wasn't. What happened was, it was not premeditated at all. Like, remember now, the context, like TMZ can tell you anything without speaking to me. I need to tell you, if it was me, I would say, yes, that's what I've done. And I think people know that about me. But what happened was, we got there, and we were sitting, and now the show's about to start. And my wife was with me, and she wanted to go great. And so she says to me, I know this feeling right here. Like, she's super nervous because she performed the Super Bowl before. I haven't. I'm cool with it. And then, so we get there and we immediately jump into artist mode. So now we're looking, I'm like, did I tell you Yolanda Adams performing? And I got the choir from Miami. We want everyone to be involved in this, and they're the ones and all that. I'm telling them, we're talking. And now I'm really just looking at the show. So I'm looking at the show. Did a mic start? Was it too low to start? We added a bunch of sound because the sound was done for TV. So I had to explain to him, as an artist, if you don't feel the music, you can't really reach that level. You can't really reach a level of performance unless you can feel the music. And it was like a big struggle to get all the sound. So I don't know if everyone noticed, there's so many speakers on the floor. And I was like, well, is there too many speakers on the floor? Should something be up here? And I'm looking at the iMag, and I'm like, it's too many cutaways from Yolanda. I want to see the players, but I definitely want to see when she hit that last note. It was beautiful, and they missed it. So the whole time we're sitting there, we're talking about the performance, and then right after that, Denny comes out, and we're talking about how beautiful she looked and how she sound and what she's gone through in her life. For her to be on the stage, we were so proud of her. And then, it finished, and then my phone rang, and it was like, you ain't just, I'm like, what? And by the way, we couldn't stage that. Blue was right next to us. We wouldn't do that to Blue and put her in that position. And if anyone knows Blue, no one knows Blue. There's no way we could. If we told her we were going to do something like that, you would see her tapping me 100 times. She's the kid that gets in the car and closes the door and says, "We there yet, Daddy?" You know, so she would say, "What time? Are we doing it? Are we doing it now? Are we doing it later? It's 7:05, Daddy. Are we doing it later?" And that's my kid. So there's no way we can plan that with her. If you look at the video, you will see that it's just a thing. And the seats were high. It just was like it just happened. And if it was something that we were making the loudest thing, I didn't have to make a silent protest. You know, if you look at the stage, the artists that we chose, looking from Colombian Shaq and Puerto Rican J-Lo, we were making the loudest stands, and we had Bokum Jean, a commercial running social injustice at the Super Bowl. We were making the biggest, loudest protest of all. I didn't have to, given the context, I didn't have to make a silent protest.
Now, I love Jay-Z like you do, but I'm going to keep it a stack. Hov, that sounded like some BS. So here's what we're going to do with my what for today. Either I'm going to give it to one of three groups. Either I'm going to give it to Jay-Z, Beyonce for sitting during the national anthem and then lying about it, or I'm going to give it to myself for being too broke that I couldn't even imagine being so rich that I don't even think about the national anthem playing, or I'm going to give it to everyone. You're going to get it. I'm going to get it. Jay-Z and Beyonce's going to get it because y'all stressing me the hell out on who I'm going to give this what to. All right. So again, I'm going to break down each of the three groups that this could potentially get this what going on to. And you tell me who should get the what for today. Number one, I might give it to Jay-Z or Beyonce because I feel like they're lying. All right. Jay said their minds were in artist mode. That's why they didn't stand for the national anthem. You're that rich, because this is privilege, you know, and this is not white privilege, this is black privilege, right? You're on your high horse that much to the point where you just forgot the national anthem. You see everybody around you standing up, and you claim, as you focus in on this artist singing the national anthem, you claim you just forgot to stand? What? That sounds like some bullshit. What? You forgot to stand for the national anthem because you were in artist mode? What? What? Hold on, man. That is some privilege to an umph degree. I've never heard anyone say some shit like that, man. You forgot to stand for the national anthem? Okay, let's hold that group there. Let's hold Jay-Z and Beyonce there. I could get into the fact that the national anthem has been the biggest storyline in the NFL over the last 3 or 4 years. You understand the magnitude of you guys seemingly protesting. You understand what that could do being Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? Okay, let's just put that group over there. Second group, myself. Here's why I might give myself the what. Like I said, maybe Jay-Z and Beyonce really did forget to stand for the national anthem. And maybe I just really am too broke to even understand when you got that many things going on like a Jay-Z or Beyonce. Maybe I'm just broke. Maybe I'm that broke to the point where I don't even understand like how rich you could be and how on your high horse you could be to forget to stand for the national anthem. So there's a chance I might give myself the what because maybe I just don't get it. Maybe J and B are telling the truth. Maybe they just forgot to stand for the national anthem. So let me put myself in this other group over here because maybe I'm just too broke. Now here's the third group. And here's the one that I've been leaning towards and leaning into who I want to give this what to. I want to give it to you. I want to give it to me. And I want to give it to Jay-Z and Beyonce as well. Jay's a very smart man. Beyonce's a very smart woman. I think they played us. I think I heard this over there with Hot 97 Ebro in the morning first. I want to give them credit. What if Jay-Z and Beyonce, they thought this national anthem thing through? What if they thought to themselves, we know about the Colin Kaepernick situation. This dude ended up getting a tryout a few months ago and he still ain't get a job. It's been the biggest storyline in the NFL for the last 3 or 4 years since Colin Kaepernick decided to kneel. If the cameras turn to us standing during the national anthem and pledging, it's not going to look great to our own people. If they catch us intentionally protesting the national anthem, it's not going to look good for corporate America. And if Jay-Z has plans on owning an NFL team one day, it's not going to look good to that side. Because remember, the NFL is a private entity. You got to get in. You got to get, like, it's a protocol. Just anyone can't get an NFL team. You got to get voted in. All right, so maybe Jay-Z and Beyonce were out thinking us. Maybe they were thinking, we can't win for losing this situation. If we don't stand, corporate America is going to look at us, or if we intentionally protest, corporate America is going to look at us and say, yo, y'all protesting the flag? You want to be an owner and you're doing what Cap's doing? If we pledge allegiance, our people are going to look at us kind of funny, like, yo, y'all look like y'all checking for massa in the biggest event in the world. So what do? Let's outthink them. See, this is taking it further. This is why me and you getting the what right now, potentially, because we didn't even think this through. What's the only way Jay-Z and Beyonce could get out of the most backlash? Because they still got criticized from Tommy Lauren and other people online. But it could have been a lot worse if I believe one of the other two things that I just mentioned happened, right? Either they intentionally protested and admitted that they were protesting, or if they stood and pledged allegiance to the flag, right? Either way, you hurt a group of people that you don't want to hurt at this present time. Let's not forget Jay-Z and Beyonce are business people, all right? You plead the fifth. You don't stand, but you also don't acknowledge that you were protesting. You say, I don't know what y'all talking about. Essentially, all you say is, we just forgot. We're so rich. We're so privileged at this point in our lives. We were in artist mode. We were thinking about if we were on that stage. Blue Ivy would never let me sit down during the national anthem. She definitely asked me what's going on, if we're going to do it, are we not going to do it. Blue Ivy would never let me do something without her being on one accord with us. So what do you say? You just say, we forgot. You're still going to get criticized, but it's a lot less than getting that stern criticism from either your people or corporate America. And for that reason alone, I'm giving the what today to myself.
What?
To you for watching this video.
What?
For the both of us, I'm giving it to the both of us for us simply not being smart enough to understand Jay-Z and Beyonce's plan.
What?
And I'm giving Jay-Z and Beyonce the what as well for simply being this damn smart at business and being better at life than me and you.
What?
So everybody's getting the what today, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I will never know. Jay say it wasn't a plan, but something tells me this is something him and Beyonce. You mean to tell me y'all ain't never, like, as rich as y'all are, y'all humble abode, you mean to tell me y'all never thought about what y'all gonna do when y'all go to the one football game that y'all go to in a year, maybe in a couple years, maybe in a few years? You mean to tell me y'all didn't think about one time what we're gonna do as a collective over this big deal, which is the national anthem protest? I don't believe it.
What?
But I can't prove it.
What?
So I'm giving myself,
what?
You at home watching,
what?
Or wherever you're listening to this at,
what?
And I'm definitely giving
what?
Jay-Z,
what?
Beyonce,
what?
Blue Ivy,
what?
I'm giving everyone
what?
associated
what?
with the Carter Foundation, everybody, Rock Nation,
what?
Emery,
what?
Dame Dash,
what?
I'm giving it to everybody ever associated with Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rock Nation, Destiny Child.
What?
You definitely getting a what? Carrie Hilson for dissing Beyonce back in the day.
What?
You definitely getting a what? Nas, forever thinking you are a better rapper than Jay.
What?
I'm giving everybody a what today. Who was the chick that went out on stage and thought she was a part of Jay-Z and Alicia Keys' performance? Lil Mama? Oh, she definitely getting a what?
What?
Everybody's getting a what?
What?
Because I can't figure out what the hell is going on. Roger Goodell getting a what?
What?
The commissioner of the NFL. Everybody's getting a what?
What?
Patrick Mahomes getting a what for being so damn good in the fourth quarter of that damn Super Bowl game.
What?
I'm giving Andy Reid a what for being 35 pounds overweight. Everybody is getting award because I don't know what the hell is going on. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, and support. I don't take it for granted. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment box below. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
All the kids, they tuned in.
We locked in right now,
Mr. Taliaferro.
Mr. Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV.